Hello and welcome to another episode of Focus On as we continue our spotlight on the Mining in Motion event in Accra, Ghana. This time our attention shifts to the activities of the newly empowered Ghana Gold Board, created to clean up, regulate and reposition the country's small-scale gold industry. I'm Kenneth Igbomo, and on this episode I'll bring you an exclusive interview with Sammy Gyamfi, the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Gold Board, as we explore the ongoing work to implement a robust gold aggregation framework for the country. The new administration in Ghana is taking bold steps to curb gold smuggling, clamp down on illegal buyers, and maximize revenue from the artisanal mining, a sector long viewed as informal and underregulated.
It's encouraging that we have a president, a minister for mines, and a government that is genuinely committed to the fight. Now, that fight is not an event, but a process. You cannot end the menace of illegal mining in a month or in a day. It's a process. And already we are beginning to see positive signs. Over 300 illegal miners have been arrested. Prosecutions are ongoing. Excavators have been seized, and all seized excavators can be accounted for. We've not heard any cases of, missing excavators and so on and so forth. And anytime a report about any illegal mining activities brought to the attention of the government, you see swift action. That is what has been missing in the past, and that is what we are seeing. For us at the Gold Board, ours is to support that exercise. And we have been instructed by the president to expedite our traceability, technology deployment to ensure that we contribute positively to that fight. Now, that leads me to the direct question I was asked: are you buying illegal mining gold or you're not buying? My answer to that would be that as an organization, we don't buy illegal mined gold. We don't. That is a policy position. But currently, we are not in a position to know the source of all the gold we receive because of the absence of a traceability technology that is able to trace all that gold to the mines they were produced. So we have many licensed ASMs that we work with, but I must be honest to also admit that we have a challenge, and that challenge has to do with the lack of traceability. But like I said, by September this year, that problem will be a thing of the past, because with the system we are deploying, we will be able to trace every gram of gold we buy to the mine where it was produced. In the medium to long term, this is not something we can do overnight. Between the next 3 to 5 years, it will be possible for the Gold Board to detect the source of every gram of gold it buys and take a policy decision that no illegally mined gold will be bought by the Gold Board. That is work in progress, and we will soon get there.
On the sidelines of the Mining in Motion event in Ghana, the CEO of the Ghana Gold Board, Sammy Gyamfi, speaks to me about the reform trajectory and how the Mining in Motion event is shaping national discourse.
This program is of utmost importance, and I must say very timely, because of Ghana's emerging ASM sector on the back of the new Ghana Gold Board established by the president. And I'm excited that His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu II put together this program at this time to bring to our national capital all those who matter in mining and in gold trading across the globe, for us to brainstorm, debate, discuss, explore how we can transform the ASM sector of Africa and in the world generally to contribute to the development of the globe. And so it's exciting that we are hosting such a summit at a time such as this, particularly coinciding with the establishment of the Ghana Gold Board.
Yeah, very interesting. And when you look at it, because listen to all the conversations here, top on the mind has been how the challenges of formalizing the artisanal miners, and that space. And you are reforming that space, and you're doing a lot of work with these refiners. I'd like you to speak to that work the challenge and how you're navigating that space?
Well, it's not been an easy task because the work of the Gold Board is very critical for the economic revitalization agenda of the president. However, there are a lot of age-long bottlenecks, that mitigate against the changes that we have been trying to roll out. Now, that has not deterred us. We've worked with stakeholders right from the outset and actually secured their buy-in for the Gold Board agenda. And that is why Gold Board has received wide acceptability across the country and even in the sub-region. And we are beginning to see the fruits of the Gold Board. We have intensified the fight against gold smuggling like never before. We have deployed effective aggregation networks and systems across the country that helps us to mop up almost all ASM gold that is produced. So the days where we lost ASM gold, the chunk of ASM gold to smuggling, with its attendant revenue and forex losses are long gone. Now the state is mopping up ASM gold responsibly. We are exporting and bringing the forex thereof to support the economy. And from 3rd February to 31st May, we've exported close to $4 billion in ASM gold alone. I mean, for the month of May alone, our exports value stands at $1.172 billion. That is only from ASM gold. And for the first time, we are seeing output from ASM exceeding even large scale. So this speaks to the huge potential there, which must be harnessed. And we are committed to harnessing that sustainably and responsibly through responsible sourcing, traceability, and support for sustainable mining practices.
I understand that, it's still a work in progress in terms of traceability. I'd like you to speak on that, on the work that you're doing there.
Yeah,
and also the Bank of Ghana support in this journey, and why that is also critical.
Well, you know that traceability is a process. The Gold Board came into being on the 2nd of April this year. And so we are barely 2 months old. And you cannot expect us to do everything that ought to be done within a period of 2 months. What is most important is the vision and our clear plan to attaining that vision. And our vision is anchored on responsible sourcing, and key to that is traceability. That is a legal injunction because that is captured expressly in the Gold Board Act 2025, Act 1140. And if we do not do that, we will be breaching the law. And so by September this year, we're going to roll out a digital traceability system which will trace every gram of gold we buy to the mine it was produced. And that mine must be a licensed, responsible, sustainable mine. And so all stakeholders can be rest assured about that. We will not renege until we achieve that. We are also licensing all players involved in the supply chain. You cannot buy gold if you do not have a good Gold Board license in Ghana. And to have a Gold Board license, your sources of funding, your sources of capital will have to be investigated. You will have to pass a KYC and due diligence test by the Gold Board, working in conjunction with the Bank of Ghana and the Financial Intelligence Center of Ghana, because we are committed to promoting anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism financing rules, policies. So these are very, very important to what we are doing. Our journey so far, in summary, has been one of significant strides within a very brief period. But we are not flattered by that, and we are not going to be complacent about that. We are committed until we get to a stage where Ghana has maximized and optimized gold production, formalized the ASM sector into a responsible, sustainable mining sector, and transformed totally our trading sector into a sustainable supply, chain system. We will not rest, and we count on the investor community out there, those interested in mining, training, refining, other forms of fabrication, to join us in this process. Like I mentioned, the value addition is very paramount to our object as Gold Board. And we have the full support of the President to promote the local refining of ASM gold and gold from the large-scale sector. We also have the support to lead the construction of a gold village in the nature of the Gold Souk of Dubai here. That is a long-term vision, but we have to start it from somewhere. And we want to partner the investor community and all stakeholders in making this dream a reality.
No doubt the whole of Africa is watching to see these green shoots come on board in Ghana. But then there's one key area that people are still concerned about is how you're managing interest and balancing the interest, especially with the large-scale miners and that of the artisanal miners.
So far, our large-scale mining companies are doing perfectly well. They've been in the lead for a long time. ASM is just taking over, but that is just a phenomenon we are seeing this year.
Yes, because
we'll continue to partner with large-scale mining companies.
Yeah, because the reform cycle is ongoing. And
exactly.
People are curious about how these interests are going to be managed.
Yeah, even for the large-scale mining companies. Apart from a few multinationals, most of the large-scale mining companies we have in Ghana are not producing at optimum levels. And it is because they lack the resources to do that. And so we are hoping to partner with them. Gold is good, whether from ASM or large scale. And it's even better when it is coming from large scale, because that gold is traceable and can form part of our reserve. So we are open to partnership with large-scale mining companies as well to maximize their production.
Some insightful perspectives there from Sammy Gyamfi, the CEO of Ghana Gold Board, highlighting not just the promise of the Gold Board reforms, but the need for robust enforcement, local inclusion, and political will. I'm Kenneth Ibomo. Thanks for watching.